Hello guys, we're back.
Hey people, we're finally back. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. Sorry about that.
Yep, but we're
Specialty as well.
questionably here
Hello.
now.
To go into the stream chat.
I will be
I,
the
I see I
first.
see movement. I think we're okay. Yeah. I'm just watching the stream back to make sure it's running.
Uh, in case YouTube viewers are confused, if you want to watch us in real time and you make it on a Thursday evening around 8 p.m. UTC, you can join a real-time stream chat and the server to watch us live and listen to us live because the stream delay is annoying.
Indeed.
There's a lot of stuff that happened in the past 18 minutes.
Oh?
Oh?
Oh right, yeah, that's why we're late. Streaming.
Yeah, we had to get Sparks a really big Ethernet cable from his computer to the stream server.
Yeah.
That took at least 4 minutes. And then we had to figure out why Sparks could not type anymore. Turns out he's completely forgotten how to spell. So every file that he writes just disappears into gibberish.
He isn't a wizard, so spells aren't his thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we're having some problems with the new server. This, by the way, this server world is running on the new Gamemode 4 machine that we've now purchased to replace the previous one, the Gamemode 4D one. So slight technical difficulties, but we managed to get things up and running. Speaking of up and running, let's put some minecarts into spawners, or the other way around.
It's just a spawner minecart that spawns spawner minecarts.
That's
a mouthful.
Dangerous. Oh, okay. This is your solar system. Gotcha. I wonder what these command blocks were for. So last time you got the passive regeneration working, right?
Yep. I'm currently in Maine.
Yep, basically. So last time we got some passive regen stuff working. So for those of you who have missed the last two streams, spawner minecarts will have passive regeneration, which will happen slowly over time, independent of the minecart being chunk loaded or not, and there will be active regeneration, which will consume something or require some sort of structure around it that will make the minecart recharge faster, but you will have to invest something into it. Plus, it won't be able to spawn whilst it's actively being recharged. Last time we also did a thing where spawning a mob now uses up essence of the spawners. So these spawners basically store up a bunch of essence, and each time they spawn something, they use up a bit of that. They have like an internal tank for that.
Oh, we're now we are now executing based on spawns.
Yep,
so
we are.
It's not just when it's active, it's when something spawns next to it.
It's quite a bit more complicated. Last time at the end of the stream, after you left Sparks, we basically came up with a system of checking whether the spawner is about to spawn something on a slope log, and if it is about to spawn something, then it uses up one fuel.
Oh, I see. Do you just basically use data into a scoreboard to check how soon until the next spawn? Okay.
Yeah, we just read the spawn delay, and depending on that number, we remove fuel.
What happens to the spawn delay when it's in light? Does it just not go down?
It just stays at 0.
Stays at 0.
Okay.
It's really useful.
Oh, nice. So it won't. So you just check if the number is between a number and 1.
Yep, basically.
Awesome. So we can actually, without having to execute off entities or worry about two spawners near each other interfering with their doubling the speed that they cool down, we can actually just count that. That's pretty cool. Which is the kind of nice, because if somebody's near it enough to keep it active but it's too lit, they won't lose fuel, or they won't lose charge. That's pretty cool. So what's left? Active fueling.
Figuring out how to do that, yeah.
Can't remember what we wanted to do.
I don't think we've decided on something concrete.
Yeah, I think we were sort of thinking of having it consume life, but then we were wondering why it doesn't kill the mobs it spawns or something.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what a bugger it would be if we require it to be charged with sunlight? To have like an underground spawner room, keep it dark, but then you have to expose it to light to get it to charge faster.
So little known fact that spawners are actually plants.
Yeah.
No, it's like green energy promotion initiative. So you gotta charge it with solar energy or wind energy, but the wind module hasn't been released yet. So
you can't charge it.
Kirkus, the bug that was possible in Gamemode 4, Hermitcraft Gamemode 4, is not possible because you can't take minecarts back out. You can't take spawners back out of minecarts.
Alright, so let's get this started and get some actual code down. Last time we finished the passive region, which should be working now. We should just double check that just to make sure. I think I need to enable the data back still.
Kirkus says, don't have it consume anything, it's a spawner. The idea is that you can move the spawners around and you can make them all in one place, but they require charging.
For that discussion, we suggest rewatching the first stream, basically.
We had
the
a lot
first
of
stream
discussion
about this was just us chatting with all the viewers about how we should do this, because we were really unsure and kind of lost.
Yeah, I'm happy with the concept we have. It's just a question of what the active refueling should be.
Yep.
I remember at one point we discussed a liquid tank integration where you could fuel it with the experience tank, but we still need like a native active fueling method.
Yeah, we do. Nano Gaming asks how we know all this stuff about commands. We don't.
A lot of tears.
A lot of tears, a lot of trial and error, a lot of, oh, of course, like completely screwing up and spending ages trying to fix something. That's our life now.
There's also that contract we signed with the devil, but we try not to talk about that. He gets mad.
Fiddle-dee-dee. I don't know what that was supposed to mean. Anyway, sorry, what were you going to say? Refueling?
I don't remember. Maybe something like you could have it just like eat experience orbs.
We were thinking about that, yes.
Like instead of just like, you know, from a liquid tank or something, just like absorbing the experience orbs from nearby.
Having a decanter option for liquid tanks is probably a bad idea, right? Just
a decanter?
Yeah, just spraying orbs everywhere.
Why not? Just like break the tank, it releases all of his experience in one value.
Oh my god. Yeah. 30 levels worth of XP on the floor.
Now imagine
that's 1,395 experience orbs.
Yes.
Now imagine what would happen if you accidentally broke a lava tank in your house.
Yes, Chainsaw Ninja, this is Java edition. This is the superior edition. Knock on wood.
Yeah,
This is where we can make stuff.
You can tell it's the Java edition because we have a scoreboard on the right of the screen, and we are in multiplayer without serious lag issues.
Sparks knows what he's talking about. Sparks says, if you didn't know, Sparks is developing Bedrock edition maps, basically.
I don't know why, but...
No, well, I gotta pay the bills, man.
Alright, Special, can you take us to all the wonderful function places?
All of them.
All of them.
Hold on to your seats.
Sorry, what? Take us a little to what?
To all of the beautiful function places.
Oh, I gotta double-click twice. Good to know.
Oh, right, in Atom. Okay. I was expecting to be taken to some cool like location on the server then.
Nah, we don't do that. Command blocks are the only in-game writing we do.
Alright, so where are we here?
You are. There you are. Hi.
I've just been asked.
Spawn detection.
I'm not seeing any of these things open.
Oh, you got to lock to specials on my view.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lock to my face.
I think I've locked to your face. Try now.
There should be like a little clip. There should be like a little closed.
Oh, they're all opening
paper
now.
clip next to my
Awesome.
face. Yeah, that's how you do it.
Aha! I've never been on this end of it before. Long story short, my FTP is broken. Special's the only one that works right now, so he's in charge.
Like, it's weird. It's very weird.
Yep. All right. So passive spawning seems, passive recharging seems to be working. So I think we could just go for active then. Have we settled on a method of actively recharging the thing yet? Like there was, we had a discussion about carved pumpkins, but I think you two guys scrapped that.
It felt too Halloween-y.
Yeah, yeah. Then we had the idea of experience in some way. We had the idea of it sucking the life out of the world by throwing grass and flowers and things.
It's weird that I'm still not sure what I want it to be.
I would really like the flowers destruction thingy, because Tower Cauldrons uses flowers for kind of magic-y stuff, and in 1.14 you can do the weird little magic stew with flowers, so it would fit the lore a bit, I think. Special ideas?
It's I'm still debating. I'm working it. We'll see.
The nice thing,
it makes sense though.
A nice thing with flowers would be that you can use a dispenser and bone meal to sort of automate it. Just automate the creation to an extent. It might be interesting if it consumed flowers but not tall grass. Then eventually the tall grass would like clog up the grass around the spawner. I suppose you'd have to use like a piston pusher thing to push the grass block so that the tall grass breaks.
Yeah.
And then spawn more flowers.
If it consumed grass blocks, then you would have. We could basically implement a cooldown because the player can't speed up the grass growth.
No, or if they want to put the effort in, they can like ticker tape, like have a huge line of dirt/grass blocks and cycle them around in order to keep them refreshed. That could be pretty cool. So that would mean that there's the opportunity to either use it to a small extent or go really overboard and have a huge grass like recycling ticker tape system if you want to improve the efficiency. That could be kind of cool.
All right, should we do that then?
So
do you agree? Do our viewers agree?
I think it's good enough that it works. Like, I think we're at the point where it's like we're not really gonna come up with words. We're not really gonna be able to come up with anything that makes more sense without, doing some crazy stuff that we don't need to. So, I think we should go with it. Plus, there are new flowers in 1.14.
Yeah, and it's a nightmare for me because
There's new flowers?
Yeah, there's new flowers, and I will have to add 3 more flowers to Tower Cauldrons.
Yeah.
Well, you could probably leave out the Wither Rose.
I will leave that one out, yeah.
What?
Okay.
Oh, what are the new flowers?
Okay, so there's so did you hear about how they split the dyes? Or they made new dyes? So instead of lapis and bone meal, ink, and one more that I can't remember, instead of those being the dyes, they're crafted into a dye. So like blue dye, or lapis is crafted into blue dye, bone meal is crafted into white dye, and then you use that as the dye. So now there's I think it's like Lily of the Valley flower, I think is what it's called, and it produces blue dye.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's there's another one. At least one more. Well, yeah, there's the Wither Rose, and then there's another just like color flower. The Wither Rose is the rose, but it's black, and it gives you wither when you stand in it, which is very weird, but it's a thing, and I don't know how to get it in game.
Turn the radiator down. 1 sec.
That is kind of weird.
Yeah.
A flower that affects you when you stand in it. I feel like that's been a Gamemode 4 sort of in the back of the mind idea for a while, like special flowers.
Yeah.
But it almost feels like somebody's like, oh, yeah, that's like one command. I'm gonna do.
I mean, yeah.
Release it as a really simple module.
I feel like the Lily of the Valley has a pretty weird name. It doesn't fit with all the other names. It's way too long, and I don't know.
I feel like they could fix it to like the Valley Lily or something, but oh, the changelog page does not say the new flower names. Oh well.
All right, let's get started on this. We should stay on top.
Yeah.
Yeah. So passive regeneration is working, so we should just go ahead and do the active one.
Are we allowing this? People will be able to technically spawn things while charging, since you're not really blocking off many spawn spaces.
We can prevent that by just turning off the spawner.
Do we want to do that?
Yeah, I would say so.
We probably don't. It's not very useful to have it spawning things when you're trying to charge it, because your charging station is probably not going to be the right shape or to funnel the mobs out. Like, it's more of a pain if you end up with mobs spawning on your grass. So I think it's if we leave it so that it can spawn while it's charging, then players actually have to add lighting and stuff to their charge station to make sure that they don't end up with like a clog up of mobs in there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't sound 100% convinced.
I'm convinced. Just because I'm having this, just let me fix it. 1 second. There we go. I'm convinced now. I can do this without the glasses.
Did you just
dude, that looks horrible.
Did you just like?
Yeah, I know. It's horrible. That's why.
The only thing that I can picture is Blue just like whipping some sunglasses off of his face.
It's time to work on some spawners. Ow!
Here's me without my face.
Oh my god.
It's weird. I don't like it.
You have you have beautiful eyes.
Yeah, I'm blind.
Roses are black. Violets are black. Everything's black. I'm blind.
Yep. I mean the wither roses.
Okay. So...
Oh, I mixed up the flowers. My bad. The cornflower is blue. The lily of the valley is white. That's the other one. The cornflower.
What's the best way of consuming things around the spawner? Like, we could just do a fill replace and count how many blocks are replaced, but then like the entire ground is going to be decimated in one go. How do we check a random range of blocks?
Spread players is... Oh, nope. Spread players might not work. Never mind.
We could like have a random X and Z spawn an entity and then teleport it that many scoreboard numbers in the X and Z and Y to pick a point.
I would prefer not having extra entities for the flower destruction.
We can't put a scoreboard
we don't have to have
into a relative command, can we?
Oh no, we can't.
It would be like a 1-tick 8 area effect cloud or something.
Area effect shouldn't be that bad.
There might be a way we can do it without an entity, using like a recursive positioned kind of thing. It would be weird, but it might be possible.
Oh, you mean like
okay?
If
so
score equals.
Yeah, so you know how like the typical recursion is score equals 3, run the function, and then that function decrements the score and then runs itself again. Well, if each time we did that, we offset it, the executing position, by 1 block in whatever direction the scoreboard is, then it might work.
What randomizer are we using? UUID again?
No, we need it to be random each time we roll it, so we can't use the UUID.
Well, you read in a random UUID. But I guess if there's only a couple of entities around, then it would only check like a few locations.
Yeah.
You could, the typical UUID randomizer that I've seen is they actually summon an entity and then check its UUID, but that doesn't get rid of the benefit. I mean, we could summon the AEC, use its UUID, and then just let it expire.
But we...
How fast are we thinking this is going to happen? Like once a clock
If we summon it, then we can just... If we summon the AAC, then the area effect cloud, then we could just summon it in a basically random position around it with some magic.
Well, how do we summon it in a random position without first generating a random number?
Fair enough. So we could just use the summon it,
So,
read the
summon it,
UUID, teleport it
convert
to... Yeah.
randomize its position by its UUID.
Yep.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Guess we could do that. We would need to generate 3 numbers with it. With different scales. Well, it doesn't have to be different scales, I guess.
Would we?
It depends on what sort of range.
Should we care about the set range? Like, should we? If we didn't care about the set range, it would make computation a whole lot faster.
What do you mean by set range?
Sorry,
Z.
Y range.
Oh,
not
sorry.
Z.
Oh.
I thought you meant set range, yeah. So if we didn't have a Y, well, I guess
if we didn't have a Y,
I guess we could do something with like if the grass is below it.
The thing is, Brooks, do we really need it? Couldn't we just limit it to the way to the level the spawner is on?
Yeah, but yeah, I'm saying that we could say that if it lands here and there is say it landed here, then nothing would happen.
Nothing
it would get nothing. If it landed here, then it would check one block. It would see that the block it's on is air, and it would go, is the block below me grass or podzol or whatever? Yes, then add to the score. But if it was here and there was like a plant on it, then it would destroy the plant but leave the grass.
Yes, that sounds good to me.
And then the next time it checks it, this would be empty, and then it would consume.
That would make players want to replant their flowers as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Because if they don't, the grass will be destroyed. We should also make it so, if we make it so that only flowers will get eaten and not tall grass.
Yeah.
We should make it so that it treats tall grass like air. So if the entire space is filled with tall grass, it will still convert the block beneath the tall grass to dirt or whatever.
But the grass itself wouldn't give it any fuel.
Yeah.
But
if it lands in grass or air with a grass block beneath, it will remove the grass block and turn it to dirt.
Oh, Blue's gone.
Is he?
I'm gone.
Or Blue.
I'm still here.
You left the portal.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh,
anyway,
but
when you use like bone meal on grass to create flowers, it's not predictable, and there's not a way that you can just break the grass, like so.
Over time, it will slowly fill up with tall grass.
Yeah.
And then the players will basically have to do a water flush or something to get rid of it. And when it fills up with tall grass and you get too much tall grass around, there won't be any new flowers planted. And when there's tall grass, the grass beneath will start to get used up.
Okay, makes sense.
So I think that
sounds good.
Mechanic.
Yeah, that seems interesting. You know, you can kind of do it by hand a little bit if you want to go and tend your garden, but if you want to automate it, you can go crazy with it to try and get a lot of efficiency.
I feel like this would only be effective when automated.
Probably.
How fast should it consume the flora?
Pretty fast, because it's active, so players want this to be the faster method.
Yeah, I think it should check one location every tick. Yeah, every clock tick. It might not do anything if it finds it, so the more stuff that's valid around it, the faster it'll charge.
I think, Sparks, we could slow it down to do it only once every second clock tick. This will cut down checks in half and it won't be too slow either. Like, compared to compared to passive regen, it's like the speed of light.
Okay, yeah, sounds nice. I think
Yeah, passive regen is like once every minute, I think.
I think we're gonna have to do some play testing and balancing on this to see like how
Yeah,
quickly
we
it should
can
passively
just
charge and how quickly it should be actively charging.
In case it's too slow, I would rather up the amount of fuel the spawner receives per flower instead of upping the speed at which the flower check runs, because that will just be more like friendly.
This is true. It's both balancing timing and the fuel you get for the time, etc.
Yep.
Okay, so every other clock cycle. So we need a function that runs every other clock cycle on every spawner minecart to start.
Okay, let's see.
Also, hi Redstone Games. I know you typed that a while ago, but we were talking.
Hello.
Okay, Special, can you create
I guess
files
it's
for that?
speed.
Do you want to put it here under add fuel to spawner minecarts?
Oh, yeah, because there's
Yeah,
passive,
yeah.
so we also want non-passive.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I should probably
matches.
I'll do another clock.
Do we need another scoreboard?
We don't need another scoreboard. We just need another
Oh, this is an
entry to the scoreboard.
Yeah, okay.
Or a fake player, but yeah. It'll be
Why
what?
is there a comment
2?
saying value 75 here?
Because that's what its actual value is. We lowered it for testing.
It should
passive.
be 1 special.
No, that's the
should be
passive
1.
value. That's passive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just move that up there.
It should be 1 here, yeah, because it goes 0, 1, fires, 0, 1, fires.
Yeah. I'll add this under fuel. Fuel, active.
Oh, I typed Minecraft instead of minecart again. It's like something's not lining up right here.
Should it just be active fueling? Because the other one is passive regeneration. Should that be passive regeneration or passive fueling or
Active
what?
regeneration.
Active regeneration? Okay.
Yeah, I call that active regeneration. Where's the score upped and reset?
Blue just did that above.
Okay, cool. So that should be going 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, right?
Yes. Well, yes.
And then I guess we set it to 0 again in the function?
It's set to 0 again right in it.
Okay.
Although we could do it in this function.
Bam, what? So we need to summon an entity. Is it more efficient to just summon the entity, then do all the calculations, and then see if that block has got something? Or would we want to do a block check for grass in a square radius first? Probably not, right?
No, I think a block check in a radius is horrible.
Okay, we'll summon even if there's nothing around it then, I guess. We can't check the light level.
We could check its timer score.
Or
it's a spawn timer score.
Or we could, if you wanted, have it require a block above it to recharge. It has to be sat under a specific block in order to actually charge. Is that a terrible idea?
No, I don't think so.
What block?
It would help reduce. It would help reduce lag. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
what?
A hopper? Maybe.
What's something that can like absorb
sponge
plant material? Yeah. Just the life sponge.
The life sponge. There's a song. There's a song called Love Sponge, which I've now got stuck in my head, but with life sponge.
Could do like.
I feel like a hopper would make people feel like they're supposed to put items into it.
Yeah.
So not a hopper.
Can't do it. No. Could do something like glowstone.
Yeah.
Force there to be light there.
Yes.
Like, I know it wouldn't be efficient, but...
Pumpkin. Jack-o'-lantern, sorry.
No pumpkin. No more pumpkins. Bedrock, how about that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what screams spawner minecart to me.
Fueling, yeah.
Ooh, we could do mossy cobblestone.
Yeah.
Because that's like found around dungeons and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of in the theme. It's like a combination of like...
But where should this go?
Plant and...
Placed?
It would go on top
just like
of
above
it would go above the spawner. So if this is the... So where...
By the player.
Or below it. Like below the rail?
I'm not a fan of it, to be honest here.
Really? A block in general, or...?
It feels so artificial to put a block above.
To charge
I think it would feel more natural to me. It's like an activator rail. And you turn it on to charge it.
That would also kind of work?
Because that would kind of fit into Minecraft. Activating things.
Okay.
The block above just isn't connected to the minecart and feels way too artificial.
What do activator rails even do? They turn on TNT.
They kick out entities.
Oh yes, they do. It doesn't do that.
That's what you...
Does it make the spawner shake still? The spawner minecart?
It'll make the minecart. Actually, I don't know.
It does.
Do spawn...
it does?
Normal minecarts, but not spawner minecarts.
Oh,
yeah, not spawner minecarts.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I guess it was only
Get out of
doing
here,
that
creep.
in the earlier version because we were ejecting the spawner.
Oh, it's spawn stuff. Look at that.
Spawn stuff. Nice. Okay. Yeah, activator rail. I guess that makes more sense. So...
Yeah, as long as people don't expect it to eject the minecart, that's okay
So
for the spawner.
As at each type equals minecart tag...
Is it already at it?
If block... is it in that block or is it on top of it? It's in it, right?
I guess it'd be in it. The minecart execution point is like at the very bottom of the block it's on. Or like the top. So it's like... It's a really weird point. It's not in the center like you'd expect.
That's not going to be right, is it?
I think that's right. Yep, that's correct.
Oh, nice. So if the block is an activator rail that is powered, then we run the function.
We do need that. Then do the stuff.
Where are we? Do the stuff. Can we just put in like a say?
What's our check radius for X and Z? 5?
Oh, what's a spawner's range? Like, I think it's 5, right?
It's 4, except
Or
for spiders. Thinks back to lectures in lab coats. I'm pretty sure it's 4 in every direction plus the center one.
Yep, it's 4.
Well, then let's do that then.
But spiders have a different height range, and I think they're slightly wider because they're fat. But yeah, okay, so it's 4 in every direction. So we'll spawn it. We'll spawn it at -4, -4, and then we can up it from there.
Oh, only in the positive. That's smart.
Yes. So the maximum number we'll generate for it is 8. Or 9, I guess. 9. Duration.
Blue, what is this?
What's what? Oh, I just put in a save message.
Okay.
That is quite true.
I mean, yes, but okay, fine. You win. For now.
I will do something else next time, I promise.
Coming for your family, though. What? Who said that?
Oh, you know what? If there's... How are we... We need to link this entity to the spawner it belongs to. So that if there are two in the same area, the area effect cloud knows which one it's supposed to be topping up.
Well, if we're running everything from the same function, right? So, like if we do all of the calculations within this function, then only one should exist. If we kill it at the end of the function, then the only one should exist at any given point in time.
How does it know which one it's checking for?
Well, there's only one.
No, which spawner, minecart, it's checking for.
Oh, we'll
have to tag.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean now.
Or something.
Yeah, I did this in a liquid tanks. It's just,
Okay. Gotcha.
And then later the area effect cloud can.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That's kind of what I wanted to know. Oh, I noticed in 1.14 you can copy. You can move non-numerical data between entities. Does that mean we can finally have names over undead players?
If you can get this player name, yes.
Oh yeah. We might not be able to.
I believe there's all the 1.14 stuff is like, it's like 1.8 tricks again. It's kind of crazy. So I believe that you can use the new loot table component that gets their head to get their head, and then take the name from the head and put it onto the zombie.
Oh no.
Yep.
That's hilarious. I love that. That's so Minecraft.
Or you could ask them all to sign a calibration book when they first join. Or throw an item, I believe.
I saw the thing somebody did recently where they could spawn a wolf that was tamed to your player by
so that
they spawned a snowball, put the player's UUID on the snowball as the thrower ID of the snowball, made the snowball hit a zombie pigman, and then grabbed the UUID that the pigman was angry at and put that into the UUID of the owner of the wolf.
Yes, because that's the only way to get the UUID most and UUID least to combine into a straight up UUID.
1.8 again, where we had to do weird stuff like that.
That does also say put the player's head on the zombie's head in the first place, and it'll have the player's face, drop it when defeated, and it can be used for a name tag.
Actually, quite a cool idea.
Yeah, that is that, because people have always asked for like player skulls of their
My
player.
radiator needs some love from.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a good way to do it too.
It would, yeah, and we've just always said no because we can't do player skulls for every player just automatically.
There is someone on the MCC server who made a data pack to give players their own skull. It had like just a list of give and then a username and then their own head file, and it was just a massive list of heads and usernames.
Oh.
So, like, but you had to get all of them.
Huh.
Which is not easy.
No. So yeah, that's definitely going to be a 1.14 update for undead players. Long overdue. Anyway, back to the code. What's the custom name? Yeah. Why is... Okay. Is that a terrible name?
No, seems fine.
There isn't a character
limit.
Maybe
spawn or flower checker. No. Well, there's probably a ridiculous one that we'll never hit, but...
Okay. Oh, you're tagging it as well. I guess that's better than a name.
Yeah.
Screw the name then.
Yeah. I know. I leave the name so that if it's if it's like the entity's left around and you /say it, it says its own name.
Okay. So you know what it is.
I don't know which one's faster. Like for armor stands, it's definitely better to use tags because players can name an armor stand for some dumbass reason.
I am back and my radiator is placed now.
I just got like an image that you just like rooted it out of the wall and chucked it out the window.
Okay, we should be able to test that, question mark?
Yep, probably. We should at least be able to test whether it runs. At this area effect.
Oh, oof. No errors in the console.
I don't see any area effect clouds. Is the activated rail?
Well, it just ran the one time, and it's gonna run again in a second. Or not. Okay.
No, it should be faster than that. Is the rail powered, Sparks?
I can't see. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, the rail is powered.
Did we fail to reset the scoreboard? It's spawn of fuel. Yeah.
Oh, it's not incrementing.
It is incrementing. It's just not being reset.
Oh yeah, active clock shouldn't be.
Oh,
67.
sorry.
We never reset it in the function.
No,
Why did passive stop as well?
We are resetting passive when we're
resetting
active.
Rip.
Whoops. Did you save?
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, it saved.
And now we're getting... I don't see the area effect cloud, but I'm seeing the thing.
Let me just disable that so I come out.
Oh, I see the area. I see
No,
it.
it's showing up.
Yep.
It's over here. It's in the other corner.
I was looking in the wrong corner. Okay, cool. That's a good start. Then I guess we grab the UUID and generate 2 random numbers from that. I guess... How do we do that?
Special
That's a good question.
I mean, we could take different
As always, we will figure out how to do it on the...
Yes. We could take the start and the end, but the start doesn't change as much, you said?
If you use the right one, it does. It's just really weird to concatenate stuff.
Okay.
Did you put the debug scoreboard on the sidebar?
Yep, I will put up a debug scoreboard. For everyone who hasn't viewed our streams before, we have a debug scoreboard on the site, and we highly recommend that to everyone doing command block stuff. Just have a scoreboard spare, it's useful whilst doing testing stuff.
Random Phil and Random Bob agree. Hi, Hero. Welcome to the stream.
Welcome, Hero.
And also for those who haven't been with our streams much, what we're doing here is we're generating a random number by getting the UUID of the area effect cloud entity and then putting it into a scoreboard with a scaler so that only certain numbers from the UUID are actually copied in. And then we are doing some... Are we doing some modulus on that to put it within a range?
It's just a scale which is built in, but we could do modulus on it if we wanted.
We could just scale it down by dividing by 10 to get a different digit.
And then the aim is to get a number between 0 and 8 out of that. Actually, 2 different numbers between 0 and 8, which is going to be the challenge.
0 and 8?
Oh, so we can use modulus to get it within 0 and 8.
Sorry, 0 and...
9,
yeah,
right?
0 and 8. No, because 0 counts as 1.
So then 0 and 7.
So it's 1 to 9.
It's 0 to 9, isn't it? 0 to 8.
Oh, because there's that center block that counts.
Yeah, that's... So, yeah, like I said, 0 to 8.
And we need 2 numbers between 0 and 8, actually.
Yes, we do.
How are we going to do that?
That's a good question. We could spawn 2 entities, but it seems stupid.
How about this? We take the UUID that we get into the scoreboard by random will. Then we take that and modulate it into a different storage register, like into a different fake player. then we take the number we have for the UUID, divide it by 10, and modulate that again, and that should be completely independent of the first one.
Yep, sounds good.
Sure. Slightly went over my head, but okay, yeah, we could do that.
So like, if you remove a factor of 10 from it, then you're at a completely new entropy value.
Yeah, look at the function we're looking at, Sparks.
Yep, I'm looking.
Let's say special gets this number here as a UUID string, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then he modulates this to 8 and stores it into some will fake player, right?
Yeah.
Then we copy this first number, which is this one. Copy this into a new fake player called Bill or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then we divide Bill by 10, which gives us basically this number. Dividing by 10 just removes the last digit.
Yeah.
And then we modulate that, and that gives us a new, completely independent value.
It does, because essentially it's just changing what the last digit is.
Yeah,
the unit.
Yep. And then we store that to build. We have a new random value. How much is 8 it is?
Smart.
So this is currently getting the top 32 bits of the UUID. So now I have to figure out what modulus factor do we use to get that down to a number.
Don't ask me.
Lou, you're the mathematician here. I just know some calculus.
Okay, repeat your question, please.
What modulus factor do we use to get it down to a
0 to 8?
Yeah, but what do we divide?
9.
Just 9?
Yeah, because that will give you a random number between. Actually, depending on modulus 8 actually, because you want the 0, right? You want 0 to 8, so. Oh no, modulus 9. Modulus 9 gives us 0 to 8. Yep.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh, because modulus. Okay, that.
Yep. Just modulus by 8.
I can.
You're using the debug scoreboard?
Yep,
for now.
yes.
Just to see if it works. So random will should be getting between 1 and 9.
0 and 8.
8, 6, 3,
7, 3.
3.
No, that's 0.
3.
5.
Oh, because the randoms are moving around.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we just clear that? I will reset some of the players there.
No, but we got to keep our randos. Leave them. There are randos that just build up over time.
I will leave.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I think it's working.
These things on the sidebar right now on that scoreboard, random will, random fill, score and seed are all random generators we use in some of the modules. For example, Zauber Cauldrons has a crafting recipe in it, which randomizes that's a crafting recipe depending on your seed. And the other ones, I don't know, maybe Special invited some of his friends over and they were called Will and Phil. Bob and Phil, sorry.
Oh, that's cute. You think I have friends.
Well, I've seen 0 and 8. I'm not certain if we've had all the numbers in between, but it's a good sign.
Well, from the maths point of view, we would have to be here for an infinite amount of time to figure out whether it's working. But I think we can be pretty sure it's working.
Okay, nice. And then I guess we need to use a self-looping function to teleport it and decrement the number until it's 0.
Will and Bill should now have 2 different scores, completely independent. And it seems to be the case.
We can either have a looping function that counts down until it's 0, or we can just say if it's greater than 8, move it 8. If it's greater than 4, move it 4. 2 and 1.
So like binary.
Yeah.
So that would just cut it in half. Well, that would also eliminate the need for recursion.
Yes, it would.
I think I like that better.
Okay. Oh, what? I'm sorry. I was typing down here. I'm still locked to you. That's why. Right.
Apologies.
Well, I've been typing Java. Can you tell I've been typing PHP today? Let's try that.
How's that going, by the way?
Horribly. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, I've been learning Python lately. And it's surprisingly easy.
Yeah, it's just executable pseudocode.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Should this go under... What score should this go under? Bonner...
Random fact. The particle accelerator that I kind of study at, whatever, uses Python to run it. Itself. Which is quite weird, but it works.
What scoreboard should we put this in?
Maybe we should create
Bonner...
a new one for it?
Should we? Bonner random?
Spawner random? Do we need another random thing here? Special? Or I think we should just put it under... I think all we need that random for is for the active recharging, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we should just put it into active recharge scoreboard or something along those lines. That's not too long, because the arbitrary.
Yeah, spawner fuel. Sorry, GM4 spawner fuel.
That's already taken.
Well, we can use it again, though, because these are all fake players.
That's true. Yeah, let's put it in there then.
I mean, I don't see why you can't put it there.
Looks good to me. I guess it's... Yeah, it's correlated to fueling, for sure.
The curse of naming things returns. It's now there's random X and random Y of the thing. Oh, I will have to go somewhat soon, like 20 minutes or something, so
That's kind
just
of
a heads up. Yeah, because I am currently your only source of communication with the server.
This is true.
Is this what it's like to be important?
It may have to be a shorter stream today then.
Alright, we'll have to hurry up then.
Time zones are interesting, so from everyone else's perspective, my next class is an hour sooner.
Well, the EU wants to drop the stupid time, daylight saving time thingy.
What did you do that for?
For why?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Or, I guess Zed. Sorry, I gotta change my...
Yeah, happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
The EU wants to drop the daylight saving.
I want to get rid of it. I'm depressed that it gets dark so late all of a sudden, so early.
Yeah, the thing is, they held that there was like an online voting. You could vote for whether you want to keep it or whether you want to drop it. And in case you want to drop it, would you like to keep summertime or wintertime? And the thing that won was most people want to drop it and keep summertime.
Yeah, I'd go for that.
It isn't as nice because it just feels wrong because then the time is off by an hour from the actual time. But
should
it's
this...
nicer.
Should all of this go into another function? Because it's all executing off of...
It probably should.
Yes, it should.
Yeah. Have I done the execute as correctly? Because the teleport is relative to that entity, right?
You'll need an at in there as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you will need an at because it does try to teleport itself.
So we just run function pick.
Spawner minecarts, plural.
I don't know what our folder structure looks
fuel.
like anymore. Oh, fuel, okay. Yeah.
And then...
Consume fuel point. Because I guess we can also do the check inside that function to remove consume flower.
Yeah. Something like that.
Consume plant. Because we're doing the grass as well.
Just do consume flower. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
New
file.
Or try to consume flower. Since we don't actually know if it's going to do it or not. And then if we want a separate function for checking all the different flower types.
How about you do pick flower? I know that has kind of a double sort meaning in English, like picking a flower. But we literally pick a flower.
How about just check location? Check.
Check for flower.
Because it also teleports, and I'm fine with that. I just have to decide now because I have the little intimidating black window up.
Check for flower. It's all good.
Okay. I just got really confused. I thought I went back to an old function.
Back to the data saving time thingy. Now the EU decided that each member should decide on their own whether they want to drop it or keep it.
Oh boy.
And that's horrible.
Yep. That's not really solving the problem of everybody has different time now.
It doesn't at all. And I don't know how anything should happen now, because I don't think anyone will switch like this, because nobody wants to switch, because that will harm the economy.
Yeah, like currently, right now, I'm an hour later than everyone else. Like the rest of you guys had daylight savings last week. My daylight savings isn't until this Sunday. So right now it is like an hour later for me, hence why I have class in 45 minutes and dinner somewhere in there. But that's fine.
Class so late.
It's, yeah. Benefits of living on campus. Instead of like a train ride away.
Do we check if location has a flower?
Ooh. Block tag time. Oh yeah.
Do we want to do a quick particle command?
Yeah, probably.
So we can check that the
yeah, let me get you the superior particle command.
The superior particle command, okay.
Hey, watch it. I can kick you out of this portal. I will turn this car around.
That's a particle command. Clearly superior.
Okay. So try it.
Oof.
Nothing happens.
There's an error in the function. Line 5.
Line 5? I'm at line 5.
Of I can't see the rest of the line.
Oh, there's the runs I'm missing, basically. Yeah, the new our new console is weird. It doesn't show you the entire line.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, it doesn't wrap around.
Oh, it wraps around, right? Really?
Mine doesn't wrap around. That's what I'm saying.
Mine doesn't either. It just doesn't show it.
Yeah.
My
I just have to stretch the window.
wide enough that I haven't had that problem. I guess.
Well, see, I'm fitting like 7 puzzle-pieced windows together on my second monitor.
It's just not being teleported.
It's not being teleported.
Oh, because you didn't change the scoreboard.
Oh yeah, the scoreboard's still debug.
Oh, right. Look at those cursors go. Spainer.
Not capital, thank you very much. I hope that's spelled right. The multi-cursor thing is so useful in Atom. I've accidentally started doing it in other programs and then being confused on why it doesn't work.
Did we reload yet? Still being teleported?
I've now reloaded.
Yes.
Damn.
Nope.
Nothing. Did we save?
Should have.
Reloading again.
There's no errors.
Nope. What's going wrong here? If score, random X, spawn of fuel matches. Can we pull up spawn of fuel? Let's go watch.
Yep, done it.
Hi.
Oh, we're getting negative
They're
numbers.
negatives.
And negatives.
Why are they negatives? They weren't before.
Okay, so now this gets complicated. Will we always get negatives, or can we get positives? Because if we always get negatives, we can just multiply by -1. If we don't, we need to square it.
But why are the values different than before? The only thing I changed was this place it's saving.
This, the AEC changer thing does remove numbers, but it shouldn't be able to remove enough to get a negative, right?
The AEC what?
Oh, hang on. Oh, I'm removing 8 whether there are 8 or not. That's the problem.
Oh, okay.
We need to have this again.
Gotcha.
Like this.
But if we do this again, should this be another function?
No. A function for a single line? No.
No, a function for 2 lines.
My standard is 3 lines is enough to qualify.
This is annoying, but yeah, this should fix it. Oh, Z.
Yeah, Liquid Tanks currently has like 40 functions with 3 commands in them.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
I've saved. That should solve that problem. No?
No, it didn't.
Random Z is staying at 0. Random X is change. Oh, random. They are changing.
Did we just get really unlucky?
I'm seeing.
But they should.
change.
We should see them as 0 every time.
But it's not getting teleported.
But I'm seeing like a random Z of 5, random X of 3.
Maybe chat knows. Instead of this method, you can store the scoreboard into the +0 tag of the cloud, by the way. Oh!
No, because we don't have it as a coordinate.
That would be an absolute coordinate, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
we'd have to get its position and modify it by this value. Which
Is also
is that
interesting
better?
idea.
Should we do that instead? It would be not this many.
But would have to access the MBT more often.
That is true.
This is not working. Also,
Well,
Why is it
at
not?
the sidebar scores that we see should be 0.
but they're not.
Yeah, can we just tell what the scores here?
I'm working on it.
Every time, right?
Why does random... Oh, random set just has more than... Yeah, now they work.
Sorry, what?
Wait,
Now
what?
they work.
Yeah, now they get random numbers. It's just not being teleported, but the random numbers are secure.
They were doing that before.
Really?
Yeah, I told you. I was like reading out the numbers for quite a while.
Oh, okay.
So now I'll print them in chat.
The weird thing is that they're not staying at 0 in the scoreboard at the output.
Why is the teleporting not working then?
Do we have the wrong entity in the add S? That's happened before.
I don't think so.
Well, if we
I
had
know
a
you-
minecart there, then we would see it to be teleported around.
The second, we're not actually removing stuff. If you look at the second score, so it's identical to the first score at the end of the function. Because it's prints two numbers, so it goes 6, so 6. That's really weird.
That's a weird name for an entity. Are you also saying the tag? Is that the name of the entity?
Oh, I know what's wrong, Sparks.
Hmm.
You gotta have the dots.
Oh, yeah.
Because if it's...
That would almost have been faster to just type each one.
I'm working on it. I left clicked and then I got a menu and I'm like, I don't want to unclick because that'll get rid of everything.
If it's 4 or more. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably right.
There we go. Think. Your particle is so vague, I don't know where it is.
It's the superior particle.
It's so small, I can't see it.
But it's still not moving.
Should I
It's
make
also
it
really
bigger for you?
large.
Let me just make it bigger for you.
Because I know we can't look at the area effect cloud position, because that's not correct.
They are staying at 0 at the end now, which is good. But you're
Yes.
right, the area effect cloud is still not moving.
There you go, special. Like that better?
What is that?
Redstone dust.
How is it so fat?
Oh, you can make it bigger. I can make it
How?
even bigger if you want to. By adding zeros.
What? Is there a new scale parameter for particles?
There we go, now it's even bigger. No, it's just for redstone dust.
Why? It just looks like clouds, like the cloud effect. But
I don't know why it's not teleporting. Run. TP, ls, coordinates. Is it not at self? No, it is.
stop farting, Blue. I agree with Frederick.
Rainbow farts.
Right there. That's the position. Assume the position.
Oh, I know what it is, Blue.
What is
We
it?
never update the @s.
Oh.
So the
Yeah.
particle is
Miso
still
just
at
screaming in the
pos-
chat.
Oh,
Update
oh, you're
execute
right.
position. I just saw it.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Misode.
Oh, Mister, don't say that reminds me of that one meme that Special doesn't want me to bring up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That song.
Why is it only going in one direction, however?
Why is it steadily advancing in the
there's...
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Why is it only in one
just-
corner?
It just seems to be heavily
Weighted.
weighted to this corner. But this looks perfect to me. Players will just have to plant their flowers in that corner. You know, it's easy to determine this corner. You just get yourself a sunflower. Place your sunflower. Look at your sunflower and it's in the far right corner of the sunflower. Perfect.
That's sunflower magic for you. It's weird that the one of them changes more than the other. It feels like it seems to be moving along this axis a lot more than along this axis, and it's never. I haven't seen it anywhere in the middle yet.
I think the UUIDs aren't as random as we thought they are.
They should absolutely be, because it.
But the numbers we're getting in the thing seem to have
We're
nice
fine.
ranges. Is there something wrong with the teleport command conditions again?
Maybe, because I just saw like a 6-7
Yeah.
and like a 2-2, but it only seems to go in like with the one axis.
I think there might be something wrong with my binary search.
If 8 teleport 8,
Huh.
if 4 teleport 4. So if it's 7, First one fails, second one succeeds, it goes down to 3, then succeeds, then succeeds.
That seems right to me.
Oh, I think I know the issue.
We don't update the execute position again.
Yeah.
We have to do that each time.
Yes.
So, should we put this into a separate function?
No, because we'd have to update the execute position every time, either way. After every teleport, we have to update the at.
Like that.
Yeah.
After or before every teleport?
Before every teleport. You don't have to do it for the score, though.
You don't have to do it every time. I will get rid of that.
Just deletes everything. It's fine.
Put it back in. Please. Perfect. That's what I call teamwork.
We don't technically need it on this first line. Is it wrong that I want it there for symmetry?
Now look at you, Special. Just swapping out my perfect particle for
It's
your
fine.
inferior particle.
I couldn't see where it was, okay? Except I've messed up.
What are we... Now there's no particle at all.
Yeah, hush.
That's a... Well... Okay, I think we fixed it, but that particle's not good for spotting where something exactly is.
You see, Special? I told you. And I definitely didn't say my particle was superior.
That's better.
Your particle is boring.
Your redstone particle has some issues.
Really, we should use some sort of tainty particle if it consumes.
It seems to be
looks random
sufficiently
to me.
random.
Yeah?
Yeah, it looks nice.
8-8 was the far corner, and it's updating correctly with the right values depending on what's in
Don't
chat.
you say that, Frederick.
Frederick, you're getting promoted tomorrow.
Okay, this seems to be working fine then. Especially how much time do you have left?
Negative 10 minutes.
Okay, maybe we'll call it here then, and before next stream we'll create a block tag for the different consumables.
Oh, I've got a block tag. When I head out, you get... yeah, I've got a tag, I don't have anything in it yet. So if you guys want, like, over the next, 10 minutes, come up with, a list of, things to be consumed and stuff.
That's a good idea.
Like, the concept stuff.
Yep, we could do that.
Maybe.
That
way.
We can keep the stream going for, another 10 minutes or so and come up with some concept work.
Okay, yeah.
We don't have to code during that time. Special, before you go, can you disable the Teleros?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Already done.
Oh yeah, I see. You're on it.
Yep. I'm not that dumb.
Thanks, Special.
Well, yep.
Yes,
Hopefully we can get your guys' Atom working before next stream.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep.
I don't know what's wrong, but. Yep. See you guys later.
Yes.
Oh, this one is still here. Okay, let's get this going then. Okay, so I think the plan was we have each flower and the tall grass. The tall grass doesn't get destroyed, and if there's air above a grass block or tall grass above a grass block, will consume the grass. We probably will have to come up with other blocks that can go above grass as well. Otherwise, players will just be able to place things there.
What do you mean?
What should we do if they place a string above the grass?
Well, a flower can't grow there, can it?
Yeah, but should it consume the grass beneath then?
Oh, I see. With the idea being that the grass below will still give it power.
Yeah, because that's what I had to do for Shroomites. They are basically super long tag lists.
Do we want the grass, when consumed, to give extra power then? Probably, yeah.
I think so, yeah, it should. We could probably make it so different flowers give different values. Right? Because we Oh no, that would... we could decide here. We could not go for block tech and make each flower give its own specific value. It could give specific biomes advantages, or group the flowers into different categories. For example, make these orchids more powerful than this mundane oxeye daisy.
Years ago, I made a lectures and lab coats video about flower spawning.
Yep, they spawn on a grid lock.
Does it still do that? Yeah.
Yep, they still spawn.
It's like a pattern. So bone meal will always produce the same type of flower in the same spot.
Yes,
so you have to find a location with an advantageous flower for the best charging.
When you bone meal, there's a... So what Sparks is saying here, there's basically a map that overlays the entire Minecraft world, and it's basically a flower map. So it assigns each block a flower type. And when you bone meal, the game randomly decides whether to grow tall grass or the flower that corresponds to that spot.
Yeah, I can show you over here. So, no flowers, that's handy. No flowers at all? Really? Is this something to do with the super flat world? I think there's no flower map, I'm only getting grass.
Yeah, maybe the void biome doesn't have a flower map. That could be the case.
But if you go to my channel and look at the old lectures and lab coats video, you can see the flower map there. But yeah, the idea is that only if this spot... Oh! If this spot... If you find a natural spot and there's an azure blulet on it, that doesn't mean that that's the only flower that can spawn there. Like if you go to Flower Forest, all the flowers are nice and mixed up and they look all pretty and spread out and random. But if you grow a flower there with bone meal, that's the only flower type that can grow in that exact block.
Are you sure, Sparks? I think the natural spawning respects the flower map as well.
Does it? It may have changed.
I'm pretty sure, but I might be wrong.
Well, it would be interesting to give different flowers different scores. You'd want to try.
I would like that.
Yeah, you'd want to try and find.
Or put like another challenge up for the players.
You'd want to find a location which has good, like the best flowers. And
it would also make it seed dependent.
I was about to say,
quite a nice thing.
Is it stupid to? Can we make the Tauber Cauldron flowers the seed-specific random order match? So both spawner minecarts...
If it's a positive Tauber flowers.
Yeah.
So Tauber Cauldrons basically has two groups of flowers for everyone who hasn't seen Tauber Cauldrons yet. It decides on your seed and creates two groups of flowers. A random amount of flowers that are bad and a random amount of flowers that are good. And combined, those are all the 10 flower types there are. So we could just use the same algorithm as Tauber Cauldrons, which would give us the same numbers, and basically have two values here for the flowers. The good flowers give a high boost and the bad flowers give a small boost. I would still stick to a small boost.
I think they should need a boost, yeah. But that way it would change based on the seed, and it would correspond with whatever the flowers do for Tauber Cauldrons.
Which would be quite cool.
That would be pretty cool. I like that idea.
Considering that both are magic modules.
Yeah, and then you'd be able to, like, it might be easier to use Tauber Cauldron. Like, if you're trying to work out which flowers are good in your seed for the minecarts, it would be a bit difficult to, like, build a charging station and try and, like, guess based on...
Yeah, because there's no indicator.
It's very hard to see how much charge you're getting from each flower, but you can then install Tauber Cauldrons and do research with that will actually improve the efficiency of your spawner minecart farm if you choose to build it in a certain place. That sounds really... I like that idea a lot.
I'm writing it down right now. Flowers give big boost.
Now all we need to do is apply that seed-specific thing to desire lines so that different flowers have a different chance of being trampled.
The algorithm Tauber is using is actually quite simple, quite light on the computing side.
It only needs to be done once, right?
Twice.
Or is
it only needs to be done once on module installation.
Okay, and then afterwards I guess we have a fake player for each flower type with a different number next to it?
Yeah, basically, that's how Zauber does it. So Zauber,
Okay.
once you install the module, it checks the seed, does a bunch of linear algebra on it, and then it creates a scoreboard with a bunch of fake players with each flower in it, and each flower has a 1 or a 0 depending on whether it's bad or good, and then you can read that value, and then you need a bunch of execute ifs, but that's fine.
Should they share their scoreboard?
Zauber and this one.
They can both create it, right? Because it's only red.
I guess they could. It's only red, and they should end up with the same value each time.
I don't know whether we should keep them separate just in case.
I would keep them separate just in case.
Yeah.
To be honest, it doesn't really hurt to keep them separate. I mean, the scoreboard is a bit more read time on the score file, but just in case.
If we wanted to be a bit nicer to players, we could spawn a different number of particles at the flower when it vanishes, depending on how much charge it's giving.
It's too bad that we can't make the particles aim pathfind from the broken flower to the spawner, because that would be super cool.
That would be really cool. Yeah. We use the Ender Dragon beam.
The end crystals.
I think that's one of the only. There's also the beams from the. That's so pretty. There's also the beams from the Guardians.
Yeah, but it's a bit hard to do. I think that would be overkill for a module like this, just for the fancy effect.
When you say hard to do, I guess we have to spawn an invisible squid and an invisible guardian? Or can we specify with code where the beam should point?
No, we can't. Well, we can if we summon invisible squid and invisible guardian in 1.14. We can use the UUID stuff to do stuff and target them reliably, but as of right now, no.
Okay. But we could spawn a number of particles in the flower when it vanishes, indicating its power. Its strength.
Yep. We could do that. That sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that. Tying it together with Zauber makes a lot of sense to me.
Now
Alright, so that's that. How about the other blocks?
What should spawn on minecarts do if it consumes a shroomite shroom or a spore?
Should it? I don't think it should.
You don't think it should?
Yeah, that would make it way too complicated. Like, checking for the spores is a ton of work.
This module would not require Tauber Cauldron's Mesode, no. It would generate its own numbers. It would just do it in the same way as Tauber would.
It would just generate the same numbers.
It uses the same maths, so even if you install them one after another or whatever, it would be exactly the same, because it's seed-based. Yeah, basically that. Okay, that's cool. So that's the flowers. And then I guess we get a little bit of charge just from grass that's the same for every world.
Yep.
We could be really mean and make it so that sometimes it's grass, some seeds it's podzol, and some seeds it's mycelium. But flowers don't grow on all those things, do they?
Yeah, no, that's horrible. We could be really mean and say we don't use grass, instead we use farmland, and the players have to till it manually each time. But the more interesting question is what to do about string or assign or countless other blocks.
I guess we'll only make it check the grass block below if it's air above.
Redstone. But Sparks, the thing is, if we're checking for air or tall grass anyways, it doesn't really harm if we add all of these blocks.
With a
like
tag.
you got to think block tags.
But
we already will have a block tag for grass and air.
Why would you want grass to be consumed if it's under a sign?
Because the sign doesn't really stop anything. It's not a solid block. You can go through it. It's still grass there. The sign is mostly air. so is the redstone torch or string
But,
or...
yeah, okay, so I thought you wanted them to stop it doing this. Well, I guess no, you do want it to be consumed if there's something on top. So if it's not a flower, basically, it should eat the grass.
Yeah, we could do that. We could just check for not a flower. And put all the flowers into a block tag anyways, and just check for not that block tag.
Yeah.
And then, if it's not a flower, I think that's the best way to do it.
So it would leave the tall grass or whatever on top, and it would just consume grass.
Yeah, yeah.
But the flower not only adds fuel, but it also saves the grass block. And you can't... hang on, can you... You can't bone meal onto dirt, can you? No.
No, you can't.
So you
that's
need
why...
grass.
So that's the cool thing about this grass, because if the player manages to regrow these flowers quickly enough, they can keep the spawner charging. But if they are too slow, then they will have to come up with a solution here, because waiting for the grass to regrow is slow, and you can't speed it up.
Yeah, you could, of course, improve things a little bit by adding a timer on the spawner before the activator rail disables. How are people going to be moving this minecart away once it's done charging? Because it's on an activator rail. You can't...
You could just, like...
Furnace minecart!
Furnace minecart?
Yeah.
You could bump another minecart into it. You could put the minecart on a slope.
But if it's on a slope, then it'll... I guess you can do that stupid thing with the piston holding a block in front of it. If it's on a slope, it'll just roll off. Because it's an activator
No, you can
rail.
you can just use this.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah. That. That was a very slow...
Did you expect it to be more dramatic? Oh no.
Oh dear. It's over, isn't it?
I guess it's a good time to end the stream here.
Isn't it over?
It's over. Yeah, there you go. It says spawn stuff if it spawns stuff, so the detection is working.
That's awesome.
And it's using fuel that way.
No, 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 no! Okay, yeah. So I guess we need to add the Tower Cauldron's code and stuff to this.
That's quite easy. We'll add this off stream probably, because the code is basically all written and...
Yeah, the hardest part in all of this is just going to be deciding how quickly things should charge and discharge.
Balancing will take a lot of time.
Yeah, I feel like we almost just need like a small survival server for people to play with it on, and like, or maybe even a creative server for people to play with it on, where they can try and build machines.
There's a cool server that will open up in a couple of days. That we used for beta testing before.
On the 10th?
On the 10th?
Mm-hmm, yeah. Do you reckon it's okay to put a module like this in and then change values later? I don't think we've ever really...
Don't worry, I will do it and people will hate me.
I think we've done like bug fixes before, like if there's been an issue with a module, but I don't think we've ever really like put a module that hasn't been balanced in before.
We'll just rebalance it a bit and then put it in. I think that
we can try, yeah. See what people think. I mean, people are going to be like, people are going to advocate faster charging. But I think I want to see. Yeah. I want to see what people what machines people manage to make and what sort of efficiency they get out of them. Because we want people to be able to like charge these with a simple setup that maybe just uses a bone meal dispenser, and they just, you know, it's fairly simple. But we want them to be able to get a lot of efficiency out of it by doing some crazy stuff.
Yep. All right. I think it's a good point to end the stream here, though.
Mm-hmm.
Mercury is getting destroyed again. That's usually a sign for the end of the stream.
Shadow says spawner minecarts will be done incredibly easily in 1.14. In what way? Will they be easier?
Yeah, in what way? I don't get it. Frederick says, I thought it was the end of the world if Venus is dying. Venus is kind of doing fine. It's getting slingshot around a star once in a while and then crashes into Earth again, but it's nothing compared to Mercury here. Like Freddy wouldn't be proud.
He says, couldn't you use data modified to copy the data? Well, what, just to turn the spawner into the minecart? I guess, but like that's the easiest part of this whole module. That's just really, that's just, at the moment it's just if creeper, create creeper, if skeleton, create skeleton. So it would save a few lines of code, but all of this charging stuff is the complicated bit.
We say that after failing to create putting a spawner into a minecart thing in one stream.
To be fair, after going away and coming back with a fresh mind, it only took me about 5 minutes to fix. But yeah. Okay.
All right.
Let's end it here then. Thank you very much for watching and commenting with your feedback. It's always great to have you here as part of the development process. And
if you're watching this at the beginning of November or end of October of 2018. There will be a new server opening soon, so check out our Discord. It's linked to on our website, gm4.co. And thank you for watching.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And we'll see you next week, ? Probably.
Probably.
I have no plans. I should be here. See you next week.
See ya.